say is the beginning of the end for the Krays.
Who was Albert Donoghue, the Krays lieutenant? Albert Donoghue, born November 5, 1935, was an eternal member of the firm and acted as Reggie Kray, right-hand man, miner and chief executive. He also acted as the driver and money collector for the twins, and would collect the money from the various clubs in West End. Donoghue was known villain in the East End around the 1950s and the 1960s. After friend Lenny Hamilton was badly hurt by the Krays, a remark was reportedly misconstrued a threat against twins, and Donoghue was shot in the leg by Reggie Kray in October 1964. Donoghue said nothing to the police about this, therefore earning his recruitment into the Krays firm, one of the twins' most trusted associates. He later turned queen evidence against the Krays in the trial, after they tried to make him stand for Frank Mitchell's murder. Donoghue's sister-in-law was married to Billy Donovan, a member of the Kray firm and doorman at the Double Air Club, and this is how he managed to come into contact with the twins. On 17 September 1962, Donoghue received a 3-year prison sentence after being found guilty of attempted larceny of £3,000 during a payroll robbery and went sent to Pentonville prison. When released from prison in October 1964, Donoghue went for a drink at the Crown and Answer in Chester Street. After he received the message, the twins wanted to see him. He was drinking for a short while when he noticed people moving away from him and was then shot in the leg from behind by Reggie Kray, who entered the pub from behind whilst Ronnie took him outside and held him to the ground. He was told to visit the twins later at Felonson Road and was left in the pub with his leg plastered after walking to the Royal London Hospital. Donoghue was put on a pension and subsequently given a place on the firm, stopping his activity with his former gang. He later became the Krays' paymaster and enforcer, working for them throughout the most powerful and violent years. He would frequently visit the West End of London and collect the money from the nightclubs that the Krays owned. He was used as a face of the Kray gang so people would know if a club was owned by the firm. Donoghue would often work as a doorman for various different clubs that the twins were in charge of pinning. In physical fight with Iron Barry after he was attempting to flirt with another member of the firm's wife. Albert played a crucial role in the Frank the Mad X-Men Mitchell escape from the Dartmoor prison. When Reggie Kray killed Jack McVitie, Donoghue helped redecorate the blood and soaked room that the murder occurred at the time on the firm's downfall, and the Kray twins' arrest on 8 May 1968. Donoghue was 32 and living on Devon's Road in Bow. He met the Krays in acoustical solitaires, visited and handed them the notes on what happened in the previous murders. Reggie Kray then proceeded to rip them up and told them they wanted Ronnie Hart to stand for the murder of Jack McVitie, John Dixon to stand up for George Cornell, and Donoghue was expected to take the rap of the murder of Frank Mitchell, but he told the twins directly that he was not prepared to collude into pleading guilty. Much to the anger of Ronnie Kray, Albert, who had become increasingly appalled by the violent turn the twins' business affairs had been taking, testified against them. In December 1968, he then managed to inform Nipper and Reed for his mother, who was back home in Bow. His evidence against the twins, Reed set up another interview in the secret, and Donoghue was the first to tell the police everything that he knew. After being in remand for several months, he pleaded guilty to harboring Mitchell and respectively received an 18-month sentence for his involvement in the McVitie and the Mitchell affairs, but subsequently was released in 1969 after doing around 6 months.